Let's discuss. Hey everyone, it's Rachel back again with another reaction video, and today I'm going to be checking out a track from the band called No Eye Has Seen. I'm very excited for this because I listened to their track Constellations, which is a single that they put out this year. It's the only track at this point that I've heard from this band, and it is amazing. It's an incredible track. I highly urge you to check it out if you haven't. But today we'll be checking out a track called Voyager, and it came out in August of last year, but both of these tracks that I'm talking about are taken off an EP, which is called Eternal Lung, that they have just dropped. So this is a 2022 EP. I'm really excited to check it out. After I do this video, I will go and listen to the full EP for sure. This band is awesome. From the one song that I've heard, I have high faith in this song. So, and it looks like this was put up on Dreambound when it went up last year, which is always a good sign. So I'm going to stop talking. I will link all their social media in the description. We are going to get straight into it. No Eye Has Seen, Voyager, let's discuss. In my opinion, this one is even better than Constellations, which when I find a band like this where I don't know anything else from them and I like a song that much, like I've been revisiting it quite a bit, I recognize that that's kind of a bit of a high bar to set enjoying something. Sometimes it's just like you find a track like that and nothing ever quite hits the same like that until much later, or something along those lines, you know. But with this, I think I prefer this, though Constellations is it would be like right underneath it, I think. This one comes straight in with that energy, like right away, vocally, instrumentally, the guitar and vocals standing out immediately to me, but overall throughout this, like immediately after that, within like 30 seconds, I would say, I think there was standout parts from like each of the instruments. So vocals standing out the entire time. In the chorus, I really like any type of overlap like that. The layers just sounded really good to me. It had a different sort of feel than Constellations, for sure. The two choruses there were two very different approaches that I really enjoyed. That tappy chorus riff I very much enjoyed as well. But then beyond that, it just seems like, you know, I mentioned the bass when that was standing out to me as well. And then the drumming was just really, there was like one, I've talked about on the channel that I'm not very familiar with like a lot of drumming terminology and such, so I'm not sure what it was, but something was sounding just like really deep sort of with the drumming that was like matching up really well with some of those drops that they had going on. That part that I mentioned, the transition into, I loved that bit there, and in following it, that stretch of instrumentals pretty much really leading up to that next chorus after that, all of that was just stand out to me. The guitar throughout the entire track, I would really say, this will be something, well, this came out last year, so I can't put it in my riffs playlist, but this is something that immediately makes me want to go listen to the rest of the EP and see what else was in there. Having the big sound and a well-rounded performance from all of the instrumentals, from the vocals sounding the way that they did, that chorus hitting the way that it did, but then also them having like that heavy energy of a different sort, because the chorus had this feel to it that was like sort of like a dark type of feel, but then it comes like after that chorus I was talking about, following, I think it was like where, you know, I mentioned the transition and then there's like a bit of an instrumental and then it goes into a bit more of like a regular verse before going back into that chorus. That piece there, all the way up until it hit the chorus, I think that was my favorite part of the track, most likely. It gives you that chorus once again, which I really dug that. Of the two, I thought Constellations would kind of be like the sound that they had for the choruses, which I enjoyed, and I thought, you know, digging the track as much as I did, that would be the sound I liked. But I don't know what it is about this one that sticks out to me like just a little bit more. Coming around to the end of the song, they give you like that last bit of heavy, which is well distributed throughout the rest of the track as well, I think. Yes, it's just a yes for me. This is a really interesting new band for me because I like this sound. I think it's, you know, similar to some of the stuff like with in the guitar and vocally, some of the stuff that I like to listen to a lot of. You know, some of my favorite bands have a lot of that style in the riffs and such, so it's something that will go on the playlist, be something I'm revisiting quite a bit. I hope the rest of the EP appeals to me as much as these two songs have, because in that case, it will be at the top of my list most likely for this year's EPs, and we'll see towards the end of the year. But yes, so I will link all of their social media. If they have, you know, physical copies or any sort of pre-orders for the EP, I will link that in the description as well. Let me know what you thought of this track. I will also have in the description of this video my link tree, which will have the invite for the Discord server that I talk about all the time on every single video. It's got a bunch of my favorite people in there. We've got a lot of music-related conversation. We've got, you know, channels for merch and new music, Last FM, stuff like that, but we also have stuff unrelated to music as well, pets, things like that, movies, games, sort of talk, that stuff. So if you're interested in coming in and check the community out, that will be there, as well as my Instagram profile link. On Instagram, I do keep it all music related. I post a chart every Friday of what I've listened to the most over the course of the week. I post on my story sometimes about new videos on my YouTube channel or new songs that I found. I try to post I do post a lot of merch. I usually post once or twice a week. Merch, sweatshirts, t-shirts, flags, vinyl, whatever I have ready to go. I am forever extending my merch collection. It's never ending, so I have plenty of that to share. That sort of stuff. You get the idea sometimes about shows if I've gone to a show and have stuff to share. So if that interests you at all, my handle on there is the same as my YouTube channel. It is Rachel Reacts, but as I mentioned, it is in that link tree in the description if you have any interest in following me. As always, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it.